is Ismail Toroama, a figure of determination and leadership, bravely led the Bougainville Revolutionary Army in an enthusiastic struggle to protect his people, land, and the fundamental right to freedom. Alongside Francis Ona, he fought to keep alive the aspirations of his people for independence. Surviving the Bougainville crisis, today Toroama continues to share his narrative and lead his people as their president, embodying the enduring hope for a sovereign Bougainville.
Vision belong people of Bougainville, not founding fathers Blayumi independence. All people in a vote lo highest autonomy, but only vote long independence. So government belong me long making sure that agenda belong independence and must go inside a consultation na parliament by must ratify.
It is important to note that Bougainville has a previous record of seeking independence. Back in 1968, under Australian control, Bougainville attempted to hold a referendum for independence or to join the Solomon Islands, but unfortunately it was not successful. In 1975, just before Papua New Guinea gained independence from Australia, Bougainville declared its own independence. However, this declaration was disregarded and Bougainville became a province of Papua New Guinea. Nevertheless, their unwavering desire for freedom and independence has persisted. They have hung onto the hope of one day achieving their freedom and independence. The independence movement is strongly tied to the Panguna copper mine, which is renowned as one of the largest open-cut mines in the world. Its operations commenced in the 1960s, and by the late 1980s, the wealth generated from Panguna copper mine constituted almost half of PNG's exports. Unfortunately, the local Bougainvilleans reaped minimal benefits from this lucrative venture, resulting in widespread grievances due to economic exploitation. These grievances played a significant role in triggering the Bougainville crisis, a decade-long conflict. The crisis reignited their keen desire for independence, further fueling their stance for freedom. The crisis began on the 1st of December 1988, and in 1989 the Panguna copper mine was forced to close due to sabotage attacks by the secessionist forces of the Bougainville Revolutionary Army. The conflict escalated into a full-scale civil war between the Papua New Guinea government and the secessionist forces of the Bougainville Revolutionary Army. The conflict in Bougainville was marked by profound tragedy, with the crossfire claiming numerous innocent lives.
All my relatives and family, they thought I was dead.
The PNG military's actions extended beyond combat, leading to the loss of lives and widespread destruction of properties.
Unwarranted what Papua New Guinea security forces or defense forces have done to my house and the whole entire village on Papua Island. And I just cannot believe why in the world, and why should the Papua New Guinea discipline forces, so-called discipline forces, have done this thing when the war is between BRA and the Papua New Guinea Defense Force.
It is believed that the decade-long strife resulted in the loss of over 20,000 lives, leaving a permanent scar on the region's history. In 1997, the PNG government hired Sandline International, a private military company, to suppress the BRA, leading to a political crisis and the resignation of the then Prime Minister Julius Chen. The engagement of Sandline International by the Papua New Guinea government led to widespread protests across the country. The controversy known as the Sandline Affair became a significant political scandal and one of the defining moments in the history of Papua New Guinea. It brought the government of Julius Chen to the brink of collapse. The PNG Defense Force's opposition to the use of Sandline mercenaries led to a standoff that threatened to turn into a military revolt, highlighting the internal divisions within PNG over the handling of the Bougainville situation. A ceasefire was declared in 1997 and the Bougainville Peace Agreement was signed in 1998, leading to the establishment of the autonomous Bougainville government. In 2019, Bougainville held a non-binding independence referendum where an overwhelming 97.7% voted in favor of full independence from Papua New Guinea. The autonomous Bougainville government and the Papua New Guinea government held post-referendum consultations. They agreed to a timetable for the transfer of further powers by 2023, with full independence targeted for 2027. 2023 has passed and the PNG government has not tabled the report in Parliament.
The Constitution is very clear. There's nothing more you need. Constitution is very clear. They're coming with all sorts of reasons, but I thought the Constitution is very clear. All right? Give them autonomous government, establish the good standard of international standard of good governance, conduct a referendum, conduct a referendum, but only two questions should be raised, two options should be granted, which was granted in the referendum. One is a greater autonomy, second is independence. And people have gone to a referendum voting for those two options. And 97.7% have decided independence. That's almost 100% decided. All right? Now it's for the according to the Constitution, the two governments should consult with each other, and two governments should present, or the Papua New Guinea government should present the results of the referendum to the and the results of any decisions that have been made in the consultation to the Parliament under Section 342 for Parliament to make any decision. The government has failed to do that in a speedy way. That is why I said it's suffering from indecision.
The governor of Morobe, Luther Wenge, a dedicated human rights advocate, highlighted the government's indecision in addressing the referendum's outcome. Governor Wenge supported President Ismail Toroama's appeal to the PNG government to let his people go. Governor Wenge still insists Bougainville has to be given independence.
Papua New Guinea government has not rectified that agreement in the floor of the Parliament. They have not. And I, as a governor of the Morobe province, a leader of this country, I said, let them go.
President Ismail Toroama, a survivor of the crisis, became a symbol of resilience for his people. As the leader of the Bougainville Revolutionary Army, he bravely defended against the PNG military forces, enduring an injury that almost claimed his life. By a stroke of faith, he lived to share his story. Today, as the president of Bougainville, he stands firm in his resolve to guide his people towards independence, placing their liberation at the forefront of his agenda. The report and initiation of the process for Bougainville's independence are expected from Papua New Guinea. By granting independence to Bougainville, PNG government will set a precedent for the liberation of other smaller islands in the Pacific region who are also struggling for recognition and independence. The international community is closely observing Papua New Guinea's approach to the Bougainville issue. This presents an opportunity not only for Bougainville but also for other islands in the Pacific region. The responsibility now lies with the Papua New Guinea government to lead the way as a pioneer in the quest for peace in the Pacific region through the granting of Bougainville's independence.